invite the congregation to be seated. And before we move into our offering today, Alicia Luhrs is going to share with us a story of faith and generosity.
Pastor, I promise to read this so I can stay on topic. At my age, you have to do it. Thank you for the opportunity to share some thoughts about my faith journey at Spirit in the Hills. Vernon and I made a commitment 14 years ago to partner in ministry with St. Peter's Lutheran Church in Marble Falls and Shepherd of the Hills Lutheran Church in Austin, and helping to form a Lutheran mission, a church in Spicewood, and now known as Spirit in the Hills Lutheran Church. Our journey was filled with many emotions: trust, joy, hopeful, excitement, and many prayers. And of course, there was always some doubting and weariness and worry, and yep, some anger as well. However, the constant feeling was always keeping our eyes on Jesus, and he brought us to this sacred place today. It's a privilege for me and for Bern to serve in ministry here, where the focus continues to be on Jesus, and is a welcome place for all people. The friendships that we have formed here are forever friendships. Our hearts are full of gratitude for this gift as we joyfully serve together our neighbors. Bern and I are tithers and have been for 40 years. There were lots of conversations before we got married about sharing our income, and one of the big ones was the subject of tithing. Hard for Bern because he'd never heard of the word. He was born and raised in Germany, where they had a church tax that was withdrawn from their paychecks, and that was that. Well, my tithing story started 45 years ago when I was going through a very painful divorce. A friend stopped by to offer prayers and support for me, and she added a question: "Are you a tither?" I thought that was strange because she knew that I was financially strapped and really did not have very much money. So I said, "I can't afford it." And she said, "Well, you can't afford not to." She explained that tithing is not the amount nor the percentage of giving. It's about sharing the first fruits of our income joyfully and with grateful hearts. Well, I found a way to serve both, to give at the same time. I served as president of the church council at a church in Hawaii, and I was also the janitor. And so I didn't think either one of them were more important than the other. And I have some great stories to tell you, but I won't do it today because I know Pastor will not allow it. Our Seeds of Hope campaign challenge is before us, folks. I'm going to paraphrase Hebrews 12:1-2. Let us run with endurance the race that God has placed before us here at Spirit in the Hills. We do this by always keeping our eyes and our hearts on our Savior, Jesus Christ. Bern and I are up for the challenge. Will you join us?
Thanks. We share the gifts that God has first given us, ourselves, our time, and our possessions through our offering.